I want to talk about my art style. Like most artists, I didn't just come up with something overnight. It took a lot of trial and error, and there's more than a couple sources where I really latched on and started to form my own sort of thing. In elementary school and early into middle school, I watched a lot of cartoons. I think the ones that influenced me the most were things like Ben 10 and Code Lyoko, which I suppose sparked both my love of monsters and CG. American Dragon, Jake Long, and My Life as a Teenage Robot weren't that far behind. And the most influential one, I think, was Danny Phantom. That really filled a spot for me, and plus, I really liked the title cards at the beginning of each episode. Late middle school and early high school was time for Avatar: The Last Airbender and Samurai Jack. So, as I grew older, I got sucked into the outrageously huge world of anime. And my developing art style melded together sort of a hodgepodge of American and Japanese cartoon styles. The biggest driving forces behind that were, I'd say, the two animation giants, which were Bleach and Naruto, which honestly is still influencing me to this day. I also found my draw towards certain genres, so all the shows I liked were a reflection of sorts of what I liked to create the most. It was sort of a punkish, fantasy, monster filled, pseudo religious environment with strange technology and a lot of weird creatures. Among my favorites were D. Gray Man, Soul Eater, Evangelion, and Full Metal Alchemist. I'm still a sucker for all of these, by the way. So, long story short, I took all of this content, absorbed it, and pretty much ran with it. It's important to give all this background because my experience is what a lot of younger artists go through, especially in their formative years. When I was a kid, I traced a lot. I couldn't get the hang of things at first, so I copied just as close as I could. And then once I got, better at tracing, I copied with just observation, just looking at it and drawing exactly what I saw. And what do you know, eventually I was able to do it with just muscle memory. I think it's like practicing an instrument. You kind of have to get the feel for it before you can start to get more creative with what you got. What is my point, though? I'm not original. Nobody is. Everybody starts out with a plastic brain that molds and reforms itself based on what's put in front of it during its most vulnerable stages. Nobody is immune from this. No one is the outlier. There isn't a single idea that comes from nothing, and I'm totally fine with this. I don't exactly need to be special. I don't think anybody does. A lot of people use the term reimagining to describe a new take on something old. I think a better term would be remix. Thanks for listening. I hope you liked what I had to say. See you on the flip side. Bye.